what was the path to go from professional, like human attack dog to I think I'll preview homes for a living.
Dude, just really like, I don't know, practicality, a little bit of just what made sense for a lot of things, like what made sense even just for schedule that I'm used to, you know, things like that. What do I have a little bit of knowledge? What do I have a little bit of interest in? Because retirement is hard, man. It was really hard. I mean, look, for a few months, I was a master at it, at doing nothing. I was so good. And I can waste so much time.
Yeah.
And I was really good at it. And I looked forward to it. Like, I was like, I'm just going to be retired. And I was lucky that I could I felt lucky every day that I could do it. You know what I mean? Like, even when got bored and I was doing nothing, I'm like, this is really cool. I get to do nothing. Like, I felt lucky I could just pet my dog and like listen to an album or like watch a movie or something weird. And, so it was really nice. And a lot of that had happened, you know, just through investments. I felt comfortable, at least like, hey, I have like, you know, what I need to live on through my investments and everything. And, it just came to a point where, dude, I was too young and, you know, had too much, I just had like a lot left in me to do something else.
We're not meant to retire at 35.
Yeah, you're not. And like I said, I was fun. And I was living the retired life. I mean, I was doing nothing. I took up pickleball, which is the retirement sport.
Right.
And I was just playing pickleball in the morning with old ass people. You know what I mean?
All your friends are 65 years old now.
It's true. They were like old lawyers, doctor, like same. It was so funny. I just had a whole different like group of friends. But yeah, I got to the point where it's like, well, I don't like want to do nothing. I just like, you know, like I said, I wanted to for a while. I don't want to do nothing. My wife has 10 jobs. And so I'm just
for context, can you tell people who your wife is? Because she's the hardest working lady I know.
Yeah, she's incredible. My wife is Megan O'Leary. She's a head reporter, broadcaster, basically everything for the UFC interviews. Been doing that for about 10 years, kind of like, you know, pioneered like her role in that as well. You know, she was one of the first women ever on like a broadcast like that. You know, so kind of evolutionized her job in that realm with the sport. So it's been around in that. She also does the NFL on Fox the last 6 years. And and
she's like obviously she's married to you.
Yeah.
She's a real student of the game. She's a real fight fan. She's not just some pretty face they threw on there to be like, oh, we got to check the box of having a pretty girl on stage. Like she's like hard. I see some of her interviews and she's no dummy when it comes to the fight game.
No, not at all. I mean, she, you know, what's cool about like, she grew up on a wrestling mat. Her brother was a very successful wrestler. You know, she's married to me, and being married to me, I think also makes her really care about the human part of it. You know what I mean? We have people that are obviously world champion fighters.
A little closer to your mouth.
Sorry.
There.
Yeah, world champion fighters that are going to talk about the technical aspects. But what's great is like she looks at them as humans because she's married to me, and she knows there's so much more to these fighters than just, hey, you know, they're strong, they knock someone out or whatever. And that goes, you know, they have families, they have stories, they have everything. She shoots this Becoming a Fighter podcast where people talk about their whole journey up to becoming a fighter, and some crazy stories. Check that out. So, so obviously she knows it. You know, she like grew up on a wrestling mat, being married to me. Obviously, she does every fight. She works almost every weekend, you know, where I would, you know, be on TV 3 times a year if I fought.
Yeah.
But she's at all the fights. But I think it's really important for her to let people see more than the fighting. And, you know, that's really what she's passionate about, is telling their stories as well. But yeah, she's amazing.
Dude, what a gig though, because like,
it's awesome.
If she's doing a fight every weekend, that means, you know, she's got to start her prep on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yes. Then she's got to travel. Mm-hmm. She must have the most fucked up calendar of anybody in the UFC, come to think of it.
Oh, it's crazy.
Because it never ends, right?
Yeah, it never ends. That broadcast team, production team are just, they're wizards, man. Yeah. The way they do that whole traveling circus, the UFC is a traveling circus. It's crazy how they do it. These people, from one to the other, especially, you know, just the people that are taking Octagon, going to check in at the hotel, get all those rooms ready. Then you get the broadcast team as well, you know, prepping from Tuesday to Saturday, running everything smoothly that night. It's nuts. It's
hundreds
nuts
of thousands of miles of cable and I mean, just the setup for an event has got to be astronomical.
And week to week now that we're traveling, you know, starting to go international again. Yeah, it's crazy. So she does all the pay-per-views, and then, you know, I mean, she needs time off, so it's not every week. There you have, you know, a role of a few rotating people as well to do other fights. So, you know, she'll have weeks off here and there, and then, you know, gear up for, you know, the pay-per-views, the international fight weeks, all that kind of stuff. But it's an awesome gig. I mean, it's really cool also being in the same, you know, within the same company, her going to my fights, me kind of getting to travel with her sometimes. So we've done a lot of traveling and stuff through that, which has been nice, and being able to spend time with each other and kind of have a similar schedule as well. Like, that's so important to me, just from the family part, is like waking up in the morning and having our time together, and, you know, having our dinners together and like stuff like that, which is great. But yeah, she's amazing. So you can't have a partner like that and be like, oh, well, I did this and now I'm pretty good. So it was just, but even
you can't be sitting at home 24/7 while your wife's working a beast.
Exactly.
Maybe when you have kids, you can step into the stay-at-home dad role and be dad of the year. But man, you can't be a fatherless husband and just sit at home all day.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, and like we talked about already, like, I had a great career. I made some good investments. And it was like, but that was just what I did. I was like, all right, well, now what am I going to do? And it got really hard there for a while, man, because it was like, you want to do something, but I always knew I didn't really want to do something within, like, I was just tired of the whole, like, I'd done it too long. I like want to do something else.
You didn't want to open a gym, or
I didn't want to open a gym or coach or just go through that roller coaster of the fight game again, you know? So it was just really about things, and I have like a lot of passions and things I still want to do, and a lot of interests I want to work on. But from the practical standpoint, like you said, like, I think a lot of people are just like, I should get my real estate license. For me, I had a good like idea, somewhat niche, obviously network and experience investing in real estate throughout my career, being a pioneer of like the fight game anyway. It's like, I knew like I was probably someone at least like managers and fighters would trust, you know, like, I don't think every single athlete could get their thing and someone be like, oh yeah, I definitely want to like trust them and work with them.
Yeah.
You know, I was carried myself well and had a good reputation. It made sense being in the fight capital of the world, where a lot of people are moving, you know, in a place with no state income tax, which, you know, everyone is interested in.